Jake Paul is fighting on December, but we still yet to know who the potential opponent is. But in this video, he leaked that it's going to be a real boxer and close to his age.
Any hints? Anything? Can you give us anything?
Fight real boxers. Fight people your age. Fight people your weight. Okay.
Now, who could this fighter be? Well, one guess, because of the leak that supposedly this fighter has an 8-1 record, it could be Nico Ali. Yes, Muhammad Ali's grandson. Now, before we talk about who's going to win this fight, let's talk about their latest performances, in which Nico Ali fought Danny Rosenberg, in which the fight ended in a split decision. But then it was overturned when it was revealed that Danny was using some illegal substances. After this, Nico went on to fight Sonny Ekley, in which it was an interesting fight because Nico rocked him in round 4, and after this, Sona took absolute control over the whole fight, and Sona won by decision.
Sona Sling Proper Akali!
Now, let's say Nico doesn't agree to this fight. Who's going to be the backup for this fight? Because the fighter is yet to agree on this fight. We could go on to fight Nate Diaz for a rematch because they just keep on going back and forth over Twitter, revealing, hey, yo, should we do the MMA match or should we do another rematch in boxing? So again, Nate Diaz just looks like the most open fighter as well that will sell pay-per-view. So again, if Nico doesn't get the fight, I could see the rematch with Nate Diaz happening.
Now, based off the video that we showed of Jake Paul in the beginning, it's clear that his fight is definitely going to be against a young professional boxer, and it being Muhammad Ali's grandson isn't a bad shout, and I'll tell you why. Because of the name he carries. It's the exact same thing like Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury wasn't the most famous person, but it was because of the last name he carried. And now here's the thing, it being Muhammad Ali's grandson does sell pay-per-view buys, so that way people can't say, oh, Jake Paul, you're fighting a nobody know who this guy is, how could he sell pay-per-view buys? And he could because of his last name. Now, another backup fighter that could step in for Jake's opponent, and it is Muhammad Ali's other grandson, Biagio Ali, who's an MMA fighter and currently fights in the PFL, and his record stands at 5 wins with 1 loss. Now, here's the thing, this could happen, but at the same time, I do have some doubts, only because he is an MMA fighter and not a boxer. So in the end, these could be Jake Paul's next potential opponents, and when you think about it, they aren't horrible guesses, only because they do sound like fighters that Jake Paul will want to fight, only because of the last name that they carry. Now, here's the thing, even if Jake Paul knocks him out, I don't think Jake Paul wins any credibility, only because even after losing to Tommy Fury, we still want to see Jake Paul lose.